Hey y'all, today I wanted to talk about Married to Medicine and how I feel that the show has taken a dark turn recently. To start off, for most viewers, the show began to take a dark turn when the original cast members excluded Mariah out of the group. Mariah is on the far left. She's the executive producer of the show and the one who actually created the whole thing. She pitched the idea for the show to Bravo since she was a medicine wife. And the girls actually didn't like her because they felt that she was better than the rest of them. And she had gotten into an issue with Quad, and basically they all voted her out of her own group that she created. The show definitely became dark because Quad accused Mariah of doing drugs. And that was pretty weird because we all know Mariah is, a successful businesswoman. She's an executive producer on the show, and it's just not a good look. Now, as for Quad, right before filming for the first season, Quad and her husband, Dr. G, got into a bad physical altercation that led to the police being called over and arresting both of them. The two seemed to move past their issues and they were able to somewhat be cordial and good in their relationship on TV, but most people could see that these two had trouble in paradise. And it wasn't long until Quad ended up announcing that she was ready to divorce Greg, and it came out that he had been cheating during the relationship and physically being abusive. Both of them talked about it on the season 6 reunion. And it's a bit disturbing that Dr. G, as a psychiatrist, actually admit and was being abusive in that relationship. So now that we've got some of the backstory out of the way, here we are back to the present. And I have to say that it got a bit dark and awkward when the cast members, i.e., Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie, they all thought it was cool to bring in Quad's ex husband, Dr. G, the same husband who admit on season 6 reunion that things were physical as far as abuse between him and Quad. Now, it's a bit sad and unfortunate that a friendship circle would bring back an ex, possibly just because they had an issue with Quad at the time they were beefing. But still, why would you bring someone back onto the show and hang around them and their spouse to basically provoke me? And it didn't take long for fans to start seeing the real Dr. G. It came out when he had a private discussion on camera with his wife that he hadn't really changed at all. He spoke to his wife, Sweet Tea, in such a disturbing tone, and he almost came off threatening to an extent that a lot of viewers felt disturbed, and people with history of abuse, whether it was mentally or physically in their relationships, they all felt triggered. With that being said, a lot of people are wondering, why did Dr. G come back? Sure, you were invited onto the show allegedly, but what made you come back? If you and your ex-wife have such a bad relationship and the feelings are just so negative towards one another, what made you come back into the circle that you know she's a part of? And why bring your new fragile relationship into the mix? It makes people feel that Dr. G is allegedly an abuser who wants to abuse his former prey, Quad. Now, it's gotten to the point where Dr. G wants to press charges on Quad's boyfriend for charging at Dr. G after he cursed at Quad on the beach. And the group is not comfortable at all. They can't understand why Dr. G is trying to get King in jail for 90 days. Again, this has never happened before on Married to Medicine. There's been physical altercations between cast members on the show and even people lunging at one another, but it has never escalated to the point of anyone getting thrown up and locked away in jail over charging at someone. Now, people are wondering, why did Dr. G come and bring all of this negative energy? And again, why did the cast members invite him in the first place? The worst part about it, the cast members, at least Toya and Dr. Simone, are asking Quad if she would ever be able to be around Dr. G for basically filming purposes. Now, this is extremely uncomfortable, not only because Quad and Dr. G have that terrible history, but because he has now tried to press charges against her current boyfriend. All in all, the cast members seem very shady and out of touch. It seems that they have taken a boundaryless route. they have no boundaries and they don't know how to stop between TV and just simple morals. So now here we are at the end of the finale, and we're waiting on the Married to Medicine reunion. The trailer just came out. Honestly, it looks like it's gonna be pretty ugly between Dr. Simone and Quad again, which is becoming redundant at this point. Fans tend to notice that Dr. Simone doesn't really bring much during the season, but at the reunion, she always finds a way to yell at someone, especially Quad. And honestly, it's getting a bit old. Everyone feels that the cast could definitely use a new shakeup like Real Housewives of Atlanta did. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm going to also have to admit that I think the cast would benefit from a shakeup as well. Let me know what you guys think. Who needs to go? Who should stay? Please like this video, and I will be dropping more content for you guys. Bye.